It's like a thing.
Like, if you keep doing what you're doing, God's gonna send you to hell.
No. Order! Settle down, gentlemen. Thank you. Now, as mayor of Lost Bluff, I have called this emergency meeting of the town council to discuss a matter of urgent importance. And Sheriff Clem, if you please.
A hold here, a telegram from Fort Buxton.
Ooh, what does it say? Is it about the teacher? Does it say when she's coming? Or...
No, it ain't about the teacher, Schmitty. It's much more important than that.
There ain't nothing more important than having a teacher, Clem.
Yeah, it's almost as important as having a church.
I don't know why y'all are so fired up about having a teacher. There ain't no kids in Lost Bluff.
That's because there ain't no women. Except you, Molly. And you ain't exactly the available type.
That's right, my heart belongs to Skinner Joe. I just know he'll be back for me someday.
It's been 20 years.
Oh, it don't matter. I promised him I'd wait till he struck it rich in his mind.
Meanwhile, we got no women in Lost Bluff, and none will come neither.
And why's that, Hank?
Because there's no school. In order to have dignified, genteel women come to Lost Bluff, we got to have school.
We already got a church. Now that should impress the ladies.
But putting that ad in the New York paper was a wonderful idea.
Yeah, Miss Elizabeth Hastings will be arriving on the stage any day now. Yeah.
What are you fools gonna do when she gets here and realizes there ain't no kids nor school in Lost Bluff?
Molly, it's true. She might be a bit miffed at first. But by then, it'll already be too late. Yeah, we only sent her a one-way ticket.
She's stuck here.
Perhaps it's not the most Christian thing to do, but I'm sure the Lord understands.
Anyway, once she is here, it'll be up to us, the men of Lost Bluff, to lure her. All we gotta do is get her to fall in love with one of us, get married, and then the floodgates will open.
Huh?
You see, once she chooses which one of us to marry,
She'll probably choose the one with the high social standing, like the mayor.
Or the strongest, like the sheriff.
Interim Sheriff Clem, to guess a real lawman.
Or maybe she'll prefer the most spiritual, say perhaps the local preacher.
see, this is why we should have got a Catholic instead of a Methodist.
Yeah, less competition. Look, the point is, once she's here, married proper, there'll be nothing stopping other women from coming out here.
I don't get it. How does tricking some nice teacher lady to come out here then last her into a marriage make other women want to come to Lost Bluff?
Don't you see, Molly? She's a woman and a teacher, and if all goes well, we may even have a couple kids running around here before you know it.
Yup. Maybe, just maybe, even one day, there might be more women than men in Lost Bluff.
Now just hold on a minute, your brilliant plan might not work. What if she won't marry none of you skunks? What if she brought her own money for a return ticket? Or worse, say she wires Lieutenant Dashin over at the fort asking for help. Next to him, bunch you look like last night's leftovers. Why, I might even give up on Skinner Joe if that lieutenant were to come around.
Oh, the lieutenant. That right, I nearly forgot.
Oh, look here, fellas. The first edition of the Lost Bluff Gazette. Written, edited, printed, and delivered by me, Slim Pruitt, journalist.
Slim, you misspelled Gazette.
That's a Gazette. Oh, big deal. One little misspelled word, and it ain't about the spelling that's important. It's the news. Now, if you want to keep up to date, all you gotta do is buy a copy of the Gazette.
Slim, this here article was dated 3 months ago.
Yeah, what's so up to date about that?
Well, gee whiz, fellas, it takes a while for news to travel out west. Sure, it'd be nice if we could get news instantly from almost anywhere in the country, but that ain't never gonna happen.
Look at this. This here lady was booted out of the state of Kansas. Can you imagine having so many women around you could afford to boo one out?
She can come here. I won't boot her out.
Hank, you don't know what you were saying. That lady's nothing but trouble. Her name's Carrie Nation. She goes around breaking up legal places of business with a hatchet. And she calls it hatchetation.
Well, why would she do that?
You gotta read the article. I went to all the trouble writing it.
Yeah, spelled most of the words right too. This year, Carrie Nation's trying to outlaw what she calls demon rum. Also said she was last seen heading west.
Well, we got nothing to fear from Miss Carrie Nation.
That's right. There ain't a drop of rum
Or nothing else.
in all of Lost Bluff. Molly won't allow it.
It ain't healthy for ya. If you want to drink with a little kick, I'll give you one of my special power drinks. It's chock full of vitamins and minerals and keeps you regular too.
Ooh, look. Here's an article about Lieutenant Dashing signing the peace treaty with the runabouts.
Lieutenant Dashing. Oh, yeah. This letter's from the Lieutenant.
What's it say, Clem?
Seems the Wilders haven't sat in the area.
If the Wilders are nearby, Johnny Dillon will be far behind.
Yeah, he's crazy for Crazy Kate Wilder.
Calm down! I doubt the Wilders or Johnny Dillon come anywhere near Lost Bluff. After all, we got something not every town has.
Someone's got last again?
No! Lost Bluff has the protection of a bona fide lawman.
Who'd you call?
No one's coming, you polecat. I'm the official interim sheriff. I'm your protection.
Shucks, Clem. You ain't got no special qualifications. We drew straws for that job.
Yeah, you lost.
If any of you fellas need me, I'll be out in the bank vault.
Time to start the next edition. I'll be locked in my office.
I'll help you. I can check your grammar.
My grammar ain't living with me no more. If you insist you come along, you can look after my punctuation and such.
Molly, I'll go organize the root cellar.
Straighten up them bottles I'm recycling while you're down there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Clem. I'm sure you can handle the Wilder family. In fact, that Kate Wilder might think you're just her type. I don't know why you boys went and sent for a school teacher when you got Kate. She's always looking for a husband.
We want genteel and law-abiding women folk. Besides, I might be able to tame
In
Kate.
your dreams.
That brother of hers, and her ma. That's one family I sure wouldn't want to be related to by marriage.
Nope, marrying Kate Wilder ain't such a good idea. Though I reckon she might want you as a blood relative, seeing as none of her husbands seem to live too long.
If anyone wants me, they'll be out of town for a while.
Hiding out, Sheriff.
Just doing a little scouting.
Good morning, madam. Are you the owner of this fine establishment?
That I am. Molly Malone's the name. Now what are you selling?
Very astute. My name is Hubert Smiley, alcohol salesman.
You ain't gonna do no business here, Mr. Smiley. We're a dry town. Alcohol ain't healthy for you.
Ah, you're concerned about good health, are you?
Yes, sir. I promote healthy eating, exercise, and ain't forget about the environment. We started our own recycling program.
Commendable. I applaud you, but I'm not selling alcohol for consumption. I'm selling rubbing alcohol, great for massaging into those sore muscles after exercise. How many cases can I put you down for?
I'm afraid I've got some pressing business in the cellar, Mr. Smiley. Maybe you can come back later.
That I do. Say, is there a back way out of here?
Sure, that way. You in trouble, peddler?
I've had this strange feeling the past few days I'm being followed. I'm sure it's just my imagination, but just as a precaution.
Whatever. Yoo-hoo! Well, Glory be, where did you come from?
The stagecoach. I expected someone to greet us, but this town seems completely deserted. This is Lost Bluff, isn't it?
Sure is. Who was you expecting to meet ya?
Mr. Hezekiah Jones. Mayor Hezekiah Jones. He said he'd personally greet the stagecoach every day.
Mayor Jones is attending to some business in the bank vault. I'm Molly Malone. I run this place, Molly's Hotel, Juice Bar, and Health Food Cafe.
Juice Bar and Health Food Cafe.
That's right, you're in California now.
How delightful. I'm Elizabeth Hastings.
You're? Elizabeth Hastings? I'm sorry, I just didn't expect. I assume you'll be needing a room for a few days anyway.
Why, yes, that's so young woman, what's so funny?
It's nothing really. will you excuse me for a moment? Please take a seat. I'll be right back. Then I'll get you a nice room. Best in the house. I'll just be a minute. Oh, those polecats really goofed up this time.
Oh, my dear Liza, are you sure about this job? I'm feeling more and more that it's been a mistake to come here. I haven't seen any children. In fact, all I've seen is one rather peculiar young woman. I think we should get on the next stagecoach out of here.
No, Aunt Beth. First impressions can often be misleading. Let's give Lost Bluff a chance. I'm sure someone will be along soon to show us around and help us get settled. Now, why don't we just sit and relax for a while?
You sit down and relax. I'm gonna go see if I can locate the mayor.
All right, but be careful. This is the Wild West, you know.
Liza!
Coming in, Beth.
Well, did you get a good look at your new school teacher and prospective bride?
Why, Molly, if that magnificent creature would ever consider marrying me, why, I could die right here, right now, a very happy man.
Smitty, you've been out west way too long.
Excuse me. It seems we may have boarded the wrong train.
Train? Well, the nearest train depot's a 2 days walk from here.
Yeah, that'd be about right. See, we were trying to get to Chicago, and we were in a rather hurry.
Because we was being chased by a bunch of unhappy customers, thanks to this galoot.
Seems some of our fans can't get enough of us. We're actors. Anyway, in our haste, we must have boarded the wrong train. Are we anywhere near Chicago?
Son, you're about as far from Chicago as you can get and still be in the U.S. of A. You're in Lost Bluff.
Lost Bluff?
California.
California!
That's right. We never had actors around here before. What kind of show you got?
It's hard to describe adequately. But if you'll permit us to use your lobby, well, we would be happy to perform it tonight. For, say, a nickel a head. And of course, at that rate, we would expect rooms to be provided for the entertainers.
I suppose I could give you one room. These fellows look like they're sleeping on the floor.
Now, just a gall darn minute. I gotta have my own room. I'm a lady, and I cannot be bunking down with no coyotes. Bo snores like a grizzly bear. You're a girl? That's right. I'm of the female persuasion. But it don't matter none, because I can outshoot, outride, and outfight this whole bunch of squirrely-eyed varmint.
Yeah, you took me for such a runt.
Why are you?
Right now. Not it.
Listen, mister!
Best. Theodore Best, actor extraordinaire. At your service.
Right. You can stay one night. I can only give you one room, and this lady can bunk down with the new school teacher. I don't think she'll mind too much. You can do your show tonight, then I want you and this unruly bunch on the next stagecoach out of here. I'll get your room ready. Smitty, tell Mayor Jones and the town council members that the teacher they hired is here.
Hold on, y'all got a teacher?
Yup, and she's the prettiest little thing Lost Bluff has ever seen.
Lost Bluff is in a worse shape than I thought.
Well, now that's funny, because I ain't seen no kids around here.
That's because there aren't. Yet.
You hear that? Bo, Jess, they got themselves a teacher.
Not with this learning stuff again, Hannah. We are the stars of our own Wild West show.
Pardon me, Bo, I believe that's my Wild West show.
Yeah, the one time you went to poker, we wind up sided with the only Wild Wester that's never been west of the Mississippi. Until now, that is.
Well, I still think that poker game was fixed.
And under your fine management, we shot straight from poor to broke. And on top of everything else, we're standing out here. California!
Right. Ain't no one gonna pay to see a Wild West show out here.
Which is exactly why we need to get ourselves some learning. Then we can get ourselves some real jobs and buy our contract off from this idiot so that I can be free.
Oh, you want to be free? Please. Take it. I don't want you. I'm an actor, not an agent.
Well, you've been a thorn in my side since the day I acquired your pathetic act. I should have insisted that Harry pay me the money he owed me. But no, I let him talk me into one hand, winner take all. That was enough in poker. But since he had no money left, I got you.
Yeah, he sure tricked you, Teddy.
Well, the Muldoons ain't taking no charity from you, Mr. Great Actor. We'll get some learning, and we'll get some jobs, and we'll buy your contract off of you fair and square.
Aw, Hannah, we don't need no learning. We've been getting by just fine using our wits and our fists.
Wits. Wits. Jesse Boone Muldoon, when the Almighty was handing out wits, you thought he was serving up grits, and you said, well, I ain't had much use for that kind of stuff.
Well, listen here, Hannah. If Bo and I so dumb, well then how come we can shoot so good, huh? Answer me that.
What do you mean, Bo and I? Hannah ain't said nothing about my smarts.
That's right, Bo. You ain't got none to speak of.
All right, now listen. I got us into this mess, so I'll get us out. Well, Jess is right about one thing. No one in California is going to pay good money to see a Wild West show. While the folks out here can all shoot, rope, and ride.
Ain't nobody, east or west, shoots better than me.
The point is, to the frontiersmen, shooting and riding isn't entertainment. It's survival. But I'm sure they would gladly pay to see Shakespeare.
Teddy, I'm not playing Juliet again, no sir!
Come on, Leo. If a fellow playing Juliet was good enough for the Elizabethans, I'm sure it'd be fine for the Californians.
Well, I'm telling you, Teddy, I ain't doing it. Last time some guy from the audience sent me flowers and candy. He wants to take me to go see his ranch.
And from what I heard, it was a mighty fine ranch.
And that candy weren't too bad either.
No way, Teddy. If you insist on doing Shakespeare, you could teach Hannah the part of Juliet. At least she's a real girl.
Come on, Leo. You play a more convincing Juliet than she would. Hannah Muldoon would murder the King's English.
I ain't gonna murder no English, but I just might bloody a certain uppity, self-righteous, high-strutting, no talent. Sorry, excuse for an actor.
No talent. No talent? Why, the part's never been written. A character never created that I can't play. Name a character, any character. I'll play the part so believably, I'll fool anyone who walks through that door.
Look, Teddy, you don't need to prove anything to us, okay? We know you're good.
Well, you can certainly prove it to me, but I ain't interested in no 5-minute show. No, you gotta film all day long. I'll bet you a nickel you can't do it.
No problem. Who would you like me to play? A hero? A lover? Scoundrel?
All of them.
What?
First, play the hero. I know, a U.S. Marshal. You got a gun and a badge and that bag of tricks of yours. Then, a lover. And finally, a villain so cruel he made Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and Johnny Dillon shaking their boots. If you can play all 3 parts, bang bang boom, and still have folks believing that you're that character all day long, then I might agree. You're a halfway decent actor. But I don't think you can do it.
Well, I can do it.
All right. But remember, you got to fool whoever comes through that door, or you lose.
Prepare to be amazed. Stage prop. Looks real, huh?
I sure am eager to see the schoolhouse and meet the children, Mayor Jones.
Very eager to, Miss Hastings.
Well, howdy, folks. I am Ulysses Best, U.S. Marshal. I just strolled into town for a routine check.
Marshal Best, Hezekiah Jones, Mayor of Lost Bluff. These are fellas make up the town council, and this is our new school teacher, Lila Beth Hastings, and our aunt.
If it's a routine visit, how come you ain't never been here before?
New routine. Head office heard there might be some trouble brewing out this way, so they sent me to make sure everything's all right.
It's reassuring to know that Lost Bluff is under the protection of the United States Marshal.
Speaking as interim sheriff, I can second that.
How very noble of you, Marshal Vest.
I'm just doing my job, miss. And if I would have known you was here, I'd have dropped by sooner.
I've only just arrived, but thank you for saying so.
Shucks, miss.
Excuse me, Marshal. Can I see you over here for a quick minute?
Pardon me.
Of course.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be playing a lawman, not lover boy.
You said you wanted me to play them both.
Not at the same time. Look, you can romance the next woman that comes in. Go. Go.
Sorry for the interruption. As I was saying, I'm just here to make sure everything's all right.
Providence must have sent you, Marshal. The outlaw family of the Wilders have been spotted nearby.
Dear, I do hope we're not going to be bothered by scoundrels.
Never fear, dear lady. Marshal Best is on the job. They'll steer clear of this town if they know what's good for them.
Your presence is a great comfort, Marshal.
Oh, Liza, dear, I'm exhausted. Why don't you go on ahead and look at the schoolhouse while I take a nap? Of course, we need a room first.
You'll find the proprietress upstairs.
Thank you, Marshal.
I'll walk you up, Aunt Beth. Gentlemen, I'll only be a minute.
Allow me to escort you.
We'd be delighted.
So, Mr. Mayor, tell us about the Wilders.
They're an outlaw family headed by Crazy Kate.
She's the most dangerous female to ever ride into California.
They must not met Hannah yet. Kate rides with her mom and her brother Snake.
Ooh, Snake sounds pretty mean.
Aw, Snake's just a big dope. It's Kate you gotta watch out for. She's dangerous.
A real killer.
Kate never killed no one. She just marries them.
What's so dangerous about that?
She knows any fellas she marries, Johnny Dillon's gonna plot.
Why?
Johnny's nuts about Kate, but she won't have him.
So instead, he follows them around, and whenever some fella has the misfortune of marrying Kate, he shoots him right as the ceremony's over.
I sure am glad you're here, Marshal. I'll admit I was a bit apprehensive about the Wild West, but you make it seem so much more civilized.
Thank you, Miss Hastings. I'd like to invite you all back here tonight at 7. I've put together a little surprise for the town.
How delightful! I love surprises.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I can't wait.
There will be a small charge. A nickel. Just a pittance for what you'll get.
I am intrigued. Here's a dime for Aunt Beth and I.
Oh, Miss Liza, I insist you and your aunt come as my guests.
Thank you, Marshal, but if you'll please excuse me, I would like to take a look at the schoolhouse and meet the children.
That's rather doubtful, ma'am. Miss Hastings, if you'll excuse me, I think I need to go spend some time in prayer.
Of course, preacher. Lead the way, Mayor Jones.
Marshal, I think that you should know that up till now we've all been law-abiding citizens here in Lost Bluff.
I'm sure you have, Mr. Mayor.
Right this way, Miss Hastings.
What did I tell you? They all think I'm Ulysses Best, U.S. Marshal.
He is good, Hannah.
Yeah, well, they gotta keep on thinking so till tonight. Now get that star off so as you can romance the next person that comes in.
I don't care about the bet, Hannah. I'm not romancing any fellas.
All right, if it's a lady, you're a lover. And if it's a fella, you're a vicious outlaw.
This is great.
Anyone got popcorn?
Shut up and sit down.
All right. If it's a lady, I'm a charmer. And if it's a fella, a vicious outlaw. I can do that. Oh, looks like I'm a lover.
Hey, you!
Was that an angel singing? Or was that just your lovely voice?
Will you mess with me and you're liable to hear angels real quick?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come on so strong. It's just, well, I've never seen a woman quite as lovely as you are. Quickly, you must tell me your name.
Don't you know who I am? Pilgrim?
Well, she's Crazy Kate.
Don't! Call me Crazy Snake.
Sorry, Katie? Oh, Kate. Oh, that name trips off the tongue like honey off the comb. Kate. The name promises sweetness and light. I am reminded of Shakespeare's Kate.
Well, she just better not be trying to take over my territory.
She couldn't hold a candle to your loveliness.
Oh. Well, thank you. You're a true gentleman. Say, we don't get much of your kind up in these neck of the woods. What's your name, honey?
I'm, Don Juan Romeo.
Don John Romero. Kate Romero. Ugh. Nah, I don't like it. We'll keep my name.
Yeah, that's crazy Kate Wilder. We can't let Mr. Best go on romancing her. We'll get him killed.
That's serve him right. Shut up and sit down. You're cute. A bit scrawny, but cute. And I sure like the way you talk. Say, why don't you and I go find us a hayloft somewhere?
Well, that sounds really inviting, but I'm afraid I can't. I was thinking, perhaps tonight at 7 o'clock, you and your friends could come back here and...
Oh, great idea! We'll have the wedding right here. I'll bring the preacher.
Wedding?
You are one fast worker, Mr. Romulo.
Kitty!
Ugh.
Somehow I knew I'd find you here.
Of course you did, you raccoon. You were standing across the street when we came in.
Katie, honey, I've been miserable without you.
We'll get used to it, Johnny, because you and I just ain't meant to be.
Do you know what my life's been like since I met you? I've been so busy following you around, I ain't hardly had no time to rob a bank or hold up a stagecoach. And I ain't killed nobody since the last time.
Well, dang it, Johnny, quit following me around.
I can't help it, Katie. Marry me. It's the only way to put an end to my misery.
It might end your misery, but it would start mine. Besides, I already got me a man. This here's a lucky fella. Come on, Ma. Snake, we got a lot of work to do before tonight. See you later, lover boy.
That's gross.
Katie,
Out the way, loser!
Who are you?
Huh?
But this is Bad Bart, like a meanest critter west of the Atlantic Ocean. That is, if you want someone to bet.
Right, stranger. I'm the baddest of the bad.
Is that so? Well, just what was you doing kissing Katie?
Well, they're getting hitched right here tonight.
Over my dead butt!
Oh, that's the way it has to be. Right, Bad Bart?
Perhaps I've been a bit hasty, mister.
What's the matter, Bad Bart? Ain't you as good as you said you was?
I'm the best of the best.
Yeah! Put your gun away, stranger.
I don't want to kill anyone this early in the day. You come back tonight at 7, and I'll give you your satisfaction.
Fine. I'll be back. Not 'cause you said so. Out of respect for Katie. I ain't missed one of her weddings. This'll make the 13th.
You're Johnny Dunn, ain't you?
I see my respiration predates me.
Hannah, we ought to be messing with him. He's bad.
I'll be back.
Good. 7 o'clock tonight. And bring a nickel.
What for?
Admission.
This here is all the admission I need.
Hannah, do you see what you've done now?
It ain't what I done, it's what he's done. You've acted yourself into a box you're gonna have to shoot your way out of. And shooting something you know nothing about. Ha! You're gonna have to come to me for help.
The great Teddy Best, actor extraordinaire, doesn't need help from anyone. Everything will be cleared up when they all show up for the performance tonight. Actually, I think this is a clever way to bring in some business.
Okay, but Teddy, you didn't hear what the mayor said about Kate and Johnny Dillon. They're dangerous.
Come on, Leo. I bet we'll all be sitting around having a great laugh about this after the show.
You ain't gonna live that long, actor. If Johnny Dillon don't kill you, Crazy Kate will rip your heart out for jilting her at the altar.
I don't believe she actually expects Don John Romero to marry her. Anyway, I don't think she'll want to when she meets the real Teddy Best. I'm not her type. I'm more Miss Hastings' type.
Yeah.
She's the type of woman who could make you tear up your equity card and settle down.
Marriage? Yuck! I ain't never getting married.
Ain't no one would have you.
Shut up, you varmint! I could just be as pretty and sophisticated and sassy as that teacher lady if I wanted to be. But I like me just the way I am. Besides, I bet you couldn't part your hair at 50 paces.
Maybe not, but she has other qualities.
Yeah, well, there ain't a man been born alive to make me put up my 6-shooter and sashay around in dress, flirting and giggling. It's pitiful.
Excuse me, sir.
Why you loon down coyote? And I better you. You better. Wow. What can I do for you, General?
Lieutenant James Dashing, miss. Sorry, it's just in those clothes. I thought that you...
Think nothing of it. This is my costume. That's it. Me and Teddy Best here were what you call actors.
Wonderful! Culture has finally come to our backwater town. I really miss the theater since being stationed in the West.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a crying shame. Oh, ain't it, Teddy?
Tragic. Why don't you come to our performance of Shakespeare this evening? 7 o'clock, right here in Molly's lobby. Only a nickel.
Why, to see the bard's own words performed for only a nickel.
No, Lieutenant Darling.
Dashing.
No argument here. We're doing Shakespeare stuff, not the bards.
We? Oh, my dear, what is your name?
Hannah Muldoon.
Dear Hannah, it's nice to meet a young lady who's talented and has a sense of humor. I can't wait to see you perform tonight. What role are you playing?
Oh, well,
Yes, Hannah. What scene would you like to perform? Well, she has such a vast repertoire.
What?
You have a large compendium.
My compendium ain't no larger than it ought to be.
Oh, Hannah, you are a delight. Please reserve me a seat in the front row.
Perhaps you could invite some of your fellow officers to attend the performance as well.
Well, you see, I'm afraid that isn't possible. You see, the fort's a day's ride from here, and my guide and I are on a routine check of the surrounding towns. Word is that the Wilder family is in the area, and of course, if the Wilders are here, then that means Johnny Dillon won't be far behind.
Oh, well, this ought to interest you, Teddy. And, why would that be, Lieutenant?
Why, Johnny Dillon is head over heels in love with crazy Kate Wilder. Kate won't have anything to do with Johnny, but he follows her around anyway, after marrying eventually.
How come?
Word is that Johnny Dillon shoots every single man who shows the least a bit of interest in Kate. Eventually there won't be anyone else left.
Why didn't you tell me? I tried.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go find the mayor.
Teddy. I think we're in big trouble. Okay, let's not panic. The lieutenant said he'd be here. It's his job to protect us from the outlaws.
Oh, Lieutenant. Why, you're such a fine hunk of manliness. Oh, it's a crying shame I'm never getting married.
Oh, shucks, ma'am. I can't wait to see you perform a little Shakespeare tonight. What role are you playing? Omelette or Romulo?
Oh, you two no good. Rotten, bucktooth, hound dogs. Better hightail it out of here before I forget I'm a lady and beat ya to a pulp.
Hold it, Muldoon. We gotta talk.
All right, turn it loose.
You should have warned me about Kate and Johnny. And why did you tell the lieutenant that you were performing Shakespeare? I don't have time to teach you the part by tonight.
Well, no need. I seen you and Leo do it 3-4 times by now. I could do it in my sleep. Besides, Leo shouldn't ought to be playing a girl's part. Don't look rough, you know what I mean.
Well, during the Elizabethan era, all the roles were played by men.
Oh, that's disgusting. I mean, how'd they handle the kissing parts?
Look, I don't know how the Elizabethans handled them.
Teddy and I just leave them out.
Well, that suits me fine.
Swell. I'd almost rather kiss Leo than you anyway.
Well, you ain't exactly no prize catch yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Prize catch? Hold it! Teddy, I think we ought to give Hannah a chance. After all, this isn't Elizabethan England. It's the 19th century Western frontier. I could be shot for dressing like a woman. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We are in California. Alright. But you are gonna have to rehearse with Leo all afternoon.
Alright.
And since you're playing a girl, try to look like one.
Well, you varmint, I bet.
And you might try acting a bit more like one too. Especially since you've taken a fancy to that lieutenant.
Why, you low down sidewinder. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Leo, make sure she knows the lines. Where are you going? To find Miss Hastings. I am going to offer her the protection of the U.S. Marshal. Ta-ta.
I hate that man.
Then I hope you can act just as well as you shoot.
Why?
Because tonight you're going to have to make the audience believe that you are madly in love with him.
Oh.
Now come on, we got a lot of work to do.